Hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. It's Ijama here, and in today's video we're going to learn how to make this beautiful top with an asymmetric hemline and then this structured little sleeve that it has. For this particular video, we are going to do the pattern drafting. Then the next video will be all about the sewing so that we can break it down properly. I am cutting this on fold because the hemline is asymmetric. Had it been is just the same hemline shape, I would not fold my pattern. But the reason why I folded my pattern is because I am making something that is asymmetric. Now this blouse is more like an off-shoulder blouse, and I'm going to take out 6.5 from the top of the paper and then mark my bust point 10, my under bust 13.5, my half length 17. Then I will count 5 inches from down my half length. I will count 5 inches down, and that will be my hip line. That is where the normal length to stop at, and then I'll add like another 4 inches for the curve of that hemline. Okay, so I'll go ahead and connect all the lines. I hope you understand what I did. First of all, I took out 6.5 from the neckline. That is my like off shoulder measurement, and then I got all my measurements. Now this is our bust points, this is our under bust, this is the half length, and then this line, it's more like a hip line, but let's just call it the actual full length of the blouse. And then this one is the hemline, the curvy part of that blouse. I added extra allowance that I will use to get the curvy part of that blouse. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is to mark my nipple to nipple. That is 3.5. The owner of this blouse is not big. This is 3.5, and I'm going to mark 3.5 inches straight down to the full length, and then I'm going to mark a straight line upwards. Now after connecting this straight line, I will do my under bust tightening. So at the center of this paper, at the center part of this paper, I will take out half an inch at the under bust, and that half an inch that I will take out, I will take it straight down to the full length. So you can see at the under bust, I'm taking out half an inch, and I will take down this half an inch straight down to the full length of this blouse, and then I will connect the straight line. Then on the other side of the paper, I am taking out 2 inches, and that 2 inches I will also take it straight down to the full length of this paper. This is for a slim person, so this is like a total of 2.5, 2 inches on this side, half an inch on the other side. But if the person is busty, you can make it a total of 3 inches, half inch on this side, 2.5 on the other side. So now I'll also go ahead and connect a straight line down to my hemline, and then curve it to meet that line. Now at the upper part of this blouse, I'm going to do my upper bust tightening. At the neckline of this particular blouse, I will do my upper bust tightening. So you can use a maximum of 1.5. I'm still going to close my side dart, so I didn't really make use of that 1.5 total, yeah, because I will still close the side dart. The more you close your side dart, the more the dart opens. Now I'll take my bust measurement, that is 36 divided by 4 plus 1.5 inch dart replacements that I did at the neckline. Then at the half length, I will divide my waist by 4. My waist is 27 divided by 4 plus extra 2.5 for the darts. And then at the full length, I will take my hip measurement. My hip is 42 plus extra divided by 4 plus extra 2.5 for the dart intake. I will go ahead and mark. Okay, so now after doing that, I will connect from my half length to my bust, and from the half length I will also connect to the full length. It will have this hip curve. Now from that full length, I'll make a straight line down to the hemline. Yeah, just make it a straight line for now. Later we will come back to it and give it the shape that we want it to have. Then my side, that is 2 inches. The difference between my front and my back half length is 2 inches, so that's why I used 2 inches for my side dart. The back half length of this blouse is going to be 15 inches. The front half length of it is 17 inches. So now we get the width of my straight neckline and then curve it down into the armhole line. My armhole line is 2 inches above my bust point. From your bust point, come up by 2 inches, and that will be your chest line or your armhole line. If it is plus size, you will come up by 3 inches. So now I'll go ahead and slash, or I remove all my darts. Then for the side darts, I'm going to close them on paper. Okay, this is more like I am sewing a dress on paper. So I'll go ahead and close all my side darts. You can see that I already cut off the side darts. I'll close all my side darts, and then after closing that, I will close the underbust darts. Like I will close my underbust dart. From the underbust, I will close the darts straight down to the full length. Okay, so this is the right side of the blouse, this is the center, and this is the left. I labeled everything to avoid confusion, so that when I'm curving that hemline, I will know where the curve is starting and where it is stopping at. So I am closing the darts just from the underbust down, for all of them. So now after closing these darts, I will go ahead and start tracing out the shape of the hemline. Now this hemline, the place that went up is on the left hand side of the blouse. The place that went up is on the left hand side of the blouse. All right, so now I made this first line and it didn't give me what I wanted. I had to like retrace it again. If you retrace, let me extend the full length line. So I will measure here 1.5, so I'll transfer that 1.5 to the other side, so that the full length of all of them will be equal. From the normal full length, I came down by 1.5 on this side and made sure that it is 1.5 on the other side. So at the right hand side, you go up, come down towards the center, and then you go higher at the left hand side. So now I have gotten the shape. Doing this thing on paper is easier, though it may take you some time, but it is easier, and the cutting and the sewing will be straight up for you. But you can do it on main fabric. When you are done joining everything, you can trace out your hemline, but I prefer doing this on paper, so that I'll be sure that everything is accurate before I start cutting on my fabric. And it also makes the sewing easy. Once it is time to sew, you will just sew straight up. You don't have to start trimming up and down, you get. So now that I am done getting the hemline that I want, I'll go ahead and open up that dart. Okay, so like I always tell my students, before you mark any line across the dart, you should close that dart. And that's the reason why I close the dart, so that when I am joining, all the lines will still be equal. So I have gotten the shape of the right side, I've gotten the shape of the center, and the shape of the left hand side. Now this is the back of this blouse, and this is going to have a zipper. It is not corset, it doesn't have lacing. So I'm going to take out 2 inches first of all for the zipper allowance. And this blouse, like I said, the back half length is different from the front, so I will take out 8 inches. 8 inches is where the chest line of the front stopped at, so the back neckline will just start from that chest line straight up to the back. Now I marked 15 inches for my back half length, and from the back half length I came down by 7 inches, and then I added extra 3 inches that I will use to curve the back, because the back will have a curve, but this time around it is uniform curve, unlike the front. The front has an asymmetric curve, but for this back, the back will have a uniform curve at the back. So this is our half length, this is our full length, and this is our hemline. Okay, so now I will add that to this back, and I'm going to add my normal dart. So first of all, I get 3.5 from the zipper allowance. I'll come in by 3.5 and connect it straight down to the hemline of the blouse. So this is where it will stop at. So the back of this blouse is shorter, and now I'm going to mark half inch dart at the half length. So from that half length, you will connect it straight down to the hemline, half inch dart on both sides. Okay, so after this, I will take my bust measurements. At the half length, I'll take my waist measurements plus the dart allowance. At the hip line, I'll also take my hip measurements, and I'll go ahead and connect. So like you can see that the back neckline is straight. The reason why it is straight is because it will just meet up with the armhole of the front. You know, that front neckline, I curved it down into the armhole. So from that armhole, it will continue to the back. So this is the shape our back, the back of our blouse we have. So the other side is the zipper allowance. I added 2 inches zipper allowance so that if I have any issue, I will do adjustments from the zipper side. I want to do inseam finishing for this blouse, so that's why I added 2 inches for zipper allowance, so that if I have any issue, I will have allowance that I will use to adjust it. So now I'll go ahead and cut out the darts. And now our back is 2 pieces. Yes, the shape is always different than when the blouse is dartless. So this is the center back and the side of the back. The next thing that we are going to cut out now is the sleeve. The sleeve is very simple. So I want to cross check. You can see the front and the back side, they are equal. I'll also bring the other side of the front. I want to make sure, you can see the back neckline started from the armhole line and then straight up, so all of them are equal at the sides. So pattern drafting is just easy, it's very good, so that you can cross check everything on your pattern. So when I am cutting, the only thing I'm doing is just to add half inch. Now for the length of this blouse, you mark from your shoulder to your chest line. So from my shoulder to my chest line is 8. So for your customer, if their shoulder to chest line is 9, you make it 9. Then the width of the sleeve, I want to make it 5. My customer says she wants her sleeve to be small, so I'll also make it pointy. From that 8 inches line that I marked, I'll make it pointy so that it will slant downwards at the side. Okay, so this is my sleeve, and now I am checking it out. So this your sleeve will start around your chest line. So that's why I said that from your neck, from your shoulder, come down to your chest line, and that will be the length of your sleeve. So anybody that their chest line is 7, the length of their sleeve will be 7. Then the width of that sleeve can be as wide as you want it to be. So now it is cutting, and I'm using this black crepe for both my main fabric and my lining. Okay, so I am adding half inch to the that side, and at the side joining I'll make it 1 inch seam allowance. You can see the side is 1 inch, but the rest of the allowance is half inch. So after doing this, you also use chalk to indicate the wrong side of your fabric, so that when you're adding interface, it will be easy for you. Okay, so now this is what we have. I'll go ahead and pin my paper and keep. This is what we are going to do for all of them. So I am using my crepe as the main fabric and as the lining. This is because I want everything to look neat. It depends on you. Whatever you want to do is fine, but for me, I use crepe for my main fabric and my line, and that's why I am cutting them 2 pieces for each piece. You can see I'm not cutting anything on fold because it is asymmetric. The shape of the side, the shape of the right hand side is different from the shape of the left hand side. So I'm not cutting this on fold. I hope you understand what I mean. I am cutting them one by one, but I am cutting them two times because I am cutting the main fabric and the lining at the same time. So for the center front, we are not cutting our center front on fold. We will leave the paper flat, like we will keep it flat on the fabric because of the curve it has. So the both sides are not the same, and as you are cutting, you'll be notching your under bust. Very important, so that when you are cutting pad, you will know where your pad will stop at. Then for the back also, after cutting, you will notch the half length. So these are the back pieces, and I'm cutting 4 pieces for them. I'm cutting out 4 pieces for them because I'm cutting out the lining and the main fabric at the same time. And this time around, the reason why I'm cutting out 4 pieces because the back has the same shape, so I am not cutting each piece one by one. Do you get? Yeah, but for the front, I had to cut each piece too because the front hemline is not equal. Everything is different, so you'll be cutting it one by one to avoid having any issue when sewing. So after cutting, I'm notching my zipper allowance and my half length for easy identification, and then I'll also use my chalk to indicate the wrong side of this fabric. Okay, so this is the side of the back. The hemline ½ inch, the side will be 1 inch, the neckline is ½ inch allowance, and the dart area is also ½ inch seam allowance. And after doing that, I'll go ahead and notch my half length. This is important, always notch your half length. Okay, so that is it for the back. After cutting this back, the next thing we are going to cut out is our center front. I hope I am not too fast. If this video is too fast for you, please, you can rewatch it or you can slow it down. There is a way you can slow down your video. I'm just trying to save time and data for the people that are watching. Now this is the front paper. You can see that I left it open. I'm not cutting it out on fold. I had to leave it open and then add half an inch around that lines around the neckline, and after that I will notch the underbust. So after this, we are going to cut out our sleeve, and this is where we are going to stop at. In our next tutorial, we are going to do the stitching. Of course, after seeing this pattern, I think you can do the sewing easily. Yes, but I will still post the sewing tutorial so that it will be very easy for us to understand. Do not forget to subscribe, and we have so many online classes. We have about 16, 20 something of them. Yes, have 20 something online classes, and then we have a master class, a ready to wear master class that is coming up in Lagos. 4 days ready to wear master class. So if you want to join us, do not forget to drop a comment in the comment section, and I'll give you our WhatsApp link so that you can text us on WhatsApp for more details. Thank you all, and do not forget to subscribe. See you all in my next tutorial. Bye.